Hey, Sean Caston here. So I'm here at Teen Parent Connection with Emily, who's a
Family support specialist.
Family support
Yes.
specialist. This is just a huge one of these groups that matters so much for our community, and people don't really understand it. So just tell us first, because people don't know. Explain what Teen Parent Connection does.
Teen Parent Connection, we work with young families between the ages of 12 to 22, sometimes a little bit older depending on the situation, but we provide all different services.
You know, we talk about this K-shaped recovery that for certain people in our society, they've been basically fine through COVID. They've stayed in their job, maybe their expenses are down a little bit, but we went through to try to think, hopefully try to target some of the folks you're dealing with of if you don't have childcare and you're in a tenuous employment situation, you end up unemployed, and so we tried to expand the unemployment insurance. If you can't afford to pay your rent, we tried to expand rental assistance.
Right.
We tried to expand food assistance. We've now got the direct payments coming to people. Has it been sufficient? Have we filled the gap, or are people still more tenuous now than they were before?
I mean, I think that there's still cracks. I don't think the gap is maybe as big as it originally was when COVID first started. And I think now, as of recently, especially with the extra stimulus check that a lot of our families just recently received, they're finally starting to see, the light at the end of the tunnel. I would say, at least for a lot of the families on my caseload, housing has been really big because in the beginning, if they lost their jobs, they weren't able to pay rent and they got nervous and they moved in with family.
When we first were debating what became the CARES Act, there was this recognition that the first thing to go was going to be childcare, as an industry where we don't pay people enough and we have a hard time keeping them there. And that was going to be so disruptive, especially for women and especially for young moms. And we've tried in the last package to expand child tax credits and direct payments. Talk about how childcare has affected the people you serve and what we should be thinking about from a policy perspective.
Absolutely. I would say probably half of my caseload are essential workers, and so they had a lot of fear of bringing their kids back to childcare for health and safety reasons, and living with other family members who might be more, older or high risk. And also just a lot of my other families, they had to stop working, so they weren't in childcare at all. We're slowly kind of starting to get back to that point of being a little bit more comfortable in the childcare setting, but a lot of them were just really, fearful.
For folks who want to support what you do, what do you most need? I mean, we're sitting here in front of your truck that's full of food and diapers and cribs and baby chairs. What could people do to help you out?
We have a parents' pantry, so we have diapers, wipes. I know we're especially low on wipes right now, but any new gently used baby items, but especially the diapers and wipes, because we've been able to increase the amount that our participants are able to get just to help make ends meet.